taking a look at the pieces, first glance you can already see that the magnets are sticking out. There are knots inside the piece. Instead, I designed the piece with a hole on the outside and I just push a magnet into that hole. And then I super glued it on top and let the glue seep in. So yeah, these are basically the outer surface magnets, which the inners are actually quite okay, but the outers I do think I miscalculated and chose something that's way too strong to be reasonably usable. So I need a force comparable to the Rubik's Brand 3x3 or the Yixing Huanglong 13, that kind of turning force in order to actually turn this cube, which is quite bad in my opinion. But if I can find a way to take out these magnets or just to weaken it, I do think this cube actually has the potential to be a lot better than what it currently is now. Just for the actual shape of the pieces, it's very closely modeled after the Qiyi Wu. So one major characteristic of the Wu mechanism that if you follow my channel you have heard me talk about it many times is this small spike here on the second layer. It prevents the piece from popping out. Another feature of the Wu is that the middle layer is actually slightly fatter at the bottom. This is actually not a torpedo. The torpedo will hook underneath the corners, whereas this one is actually at the same level as the corners, but it hooks underneath the edges. And in addition to the Wu, there's also a few references to other cubes, like for example, quite heavily inspired by the Meiying is that the corners have a square shaped hole here, and they're actually more squared off at the tip compared to lower down. And of course I put lots of anti-stick design on the cube so you can see the corners, and then right on the middle layer you can see stripes at the bottom here as well. And then like you can actually more or less see the same trend on other layers. The edge has quite a lot of stripes. Of course, another reference is I've thrown quite a lot of holes over the cube. So if you remember the original Valkyrie, that it has a hole at the bottom of the edge. But since this is a 4x4 and there are two levels of anchors, meaning one at the lower area and one at the top area, I just threw one hole each into each anchor. And because the outer anchor extends to this piece as well, you can tell that there's an extra hole here, but this is a one-sided hole, so it doesn't go all the way through the piece. There's actually another hole further out here. This is actually a reference to Chris Tran's weight balance cube. And finally, this cube has core corner magnets, but I will not show you the core because I actually designed part of my alignment mechanism into the core. It's actually different from the XB alignment mechanism, and the reason why I've done this is for the dual adjustment mechanism to work. Since no one has done that before, I'm still intending to keep that a secret until like maybe this cube gets mass produced or something. But for now I'm not revealing the core mechanism.